Hello and welcome to this channel. In this video, I'm going to help you optimize your farming team so that you can auto farm Maniac level missions to get those highly sought after enhanced materials. I'm sure many of you are looking for excellent Refiums, Silver Centriums, and other rare mats. I will be going through the recommended team comps, gear, sigils, skills, as well as the missions and the best spots to get these materials such as Silver Centrium. In the background here, I have my team autoing the mission I See a Chromatic Vision, which is the mission I recommend specifically for Silver Centrium. To begin, if you're new to auto farming, I recommend starting at extreme level missions, since these missions still allow you to be on full assist mode, which makes them easier to clear. The characters and setup I recommend is Rackham as your leader, as he has the longest range in the game, and 3 other DPS in order for you to have the fastest clear time possible. The CPU AI in this game is surprisingly competent, and they will dodge or block most attacks, so they will live through most fights. If you gear your characters to tank maybe just like 3 or 4 hits, it should be fine for the whole mission, and this applies to Maniac level missions as well. So as for team compositions in Maniac level, the character you control really doesn't matter, as you're trying to stack as much bulk and survivability as you can on them. Dying is something you really want to avoid, since the CPU is programmed to always rush to you and try to revive you when you are down, so this will greatly increase your clear times. So for my setup, I have my Charlotte here as much Aegis, Garrison, regen as possible. Guts and Auto Revive is also a must-have here, as it will increase your survivability as much as possible. Other sigils that are really good here are low profile. As for your other 3 party members, I recommend you bring 3 damage dealers, if you're able to gear them of course. If not, it's fine if you bring 1 healer to help your survivability and so you get more constant clears. But if you are bringing the 3 damage dealers, it's again, I recommend you stack as much damage as possible, which mostly involves just having enough damage capsules. You don't really need that much damage mods in this game, as hitting the damage cap, you'll realize it's quite easy. So you just want to maximize your damage caps, maybe have a couple damage modifying sigils and then the rest in survivability. So even in your AI party members, I still recommend you equip them with guts and auto revive, as this is the most consistent way for them to live as long as possible. And as for specific characters for the DPS, I recommend you characters such as Eugen, Percival, Charlotta, Rosetta, Rackham, all great choices. And even Narmaya is a fantastic choice if you have her special sigil, which allows her to gain enmity and basically provoke the enemies, so they'll target you less. As for healers, it's really only Fury and Cagliostro. They're going to be your best bet, as they provide the most support for the team and still have fantastic damage output. And as for their skills, the skills that your characters equip, like yourself, again, doesn't really matter because you're just going to be standing there for the fight, so you're literally just going to be idle. But the skills on your CPU, however, I recommend mostly damaging skills, since, again, as you start maximizing your gear, you're going to hit the damage cap really early, so buffs such as attack buffs and defense breaks aren't going to be as useful, since your damage is going to stay stagnant since you're already at the cap, right? So damaging skills are going to be really good, but buffs such as supplementary damage, as well as double tap, specifically with Rackham, are still very valuable, since they're not get limited to the damage cap mechanic. Other skills that are extremely clutch as well are CC, or crowd control skills, which basically reduces the enemy's movement. This is debuffs such as Glaciate, Paralyze, and Slow. If you were lucky and your teammates apply these at certain times, you can definitely help you clear much faster, as it can skip phases of the enemy. So as your enemy is about to go into something like overdrive, if you get a nice stun or a good slow or glaciate out in time, you can extend the window of their DPS. You can definitely get faster clears. Okay, now that you understand how to really optimize your team for auto farming, I'll give you a few recommended spots for you to auto farm. So if you're still looking to do extreme missions, the best extreme mission is definitely the Galonza fight, as it is the easiest and fastest to clear for most parties. You can probably get it down to sub 2 minutes, maybe even sub minute, depending on the year. But if you are just starting out, I definitely recommend the Galonza fight. Once you get it down, you can sell all the mats and materials it drops for knickknack vultures, which you can trade in for sigils. If you're looking specifically for reforged materials, one of the best missions in the game is actually the defense mission on Extreme, where you guard the hollow ground. That mission yields you a ton of reforged crystals, which you can use to, level up your weapons. For Maniac, again, the Galanda fight is probably the go-to, but now in Maniac, it has a chance of dropping Silver Centrium, which is something that if you don't need right now, I'm going to guarantee you're going to need later, because everything in this game literally requires it for it to be upgraded. So if you're looking for Silver Centrium and specifically, like myself, I recommend you try to auto-farm the mission I See a Chromatic Vision, which is the mission that makes you fight all 3 elemental crocodiles. This mission specifically guarantees they drop the elemental horns to the respective crocodiles, which you're going to use to craft Silver Centriums. And this mission as well has a chance of dropping Silver Centrium outright, so by far this is the best mission for you if you want Silver Centrium. So all around is a great mission, but I understand the difficulty of this mission is quite high, so if you can't do it right now, doing the crocodiles individually isn't bad. Remember that these missions, in Maniac especially, all drop raffle coins, my apologies on the pronunciation, which you can trade them in, because they only stack to 999, and then after a few runs you realize they stack up real quick, but you can definitely trade them in for stuff like excellent Refiums and other maps as well, which you can use to upgrade your stuff. And yeah, I think that's everything for this video. I hope it helps you optimize your AFK farming and team compositions. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I'll reply the best I can. And I hope to see you again. See ya.
I'll show them. Your days are never the real one's just
I won't fail you.
Keep it up. Time is right. Bring out the big gun. Feel the flame. Devastation. Now we're cooking.
They're open.
Let's
Right
do
off.
this.
We made quick work of them.
Naturally. Find their weak spot and it's over. Mighty cold.
I got the ammo to spare.
Got him. Infinite wonder. Over. Let's go.
Understood.
Let's go, our best. Breakage. Most excellent. Hell yeah. Catalina.
This fight is over. Well done. Rack 'em.
Loud and clear. And dust to dust. Saving this one. Hot enough for you?
Get him! Crimson corruption!